Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Thembelihle Mahlalela, and today I am joined by the one and only
Lindo Mahlalela.
This is my big brother. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys
Happy Valentine's, guys. We know Mjolo is Nisa, but we still celebrate love in the midst of this Mjolo pandemic we are facing.
It's a Mjolo pandemic. They don't talk about that there's another pandemic.
Hey,
as the one that love. Guys, love there. So I'm gonna be asking a few questions. We're gonna be answering some questions which I got online on love, I guess. Basically, question number one: when was the first time you said "I love you" to someone in your life, other than family or like friends?
I think in high school, I primarily didn't say I love you. Yeah, I'm not very but it wasn't love. High school, yes, you said it, but that's the right question.
In high school. Okay, when was the first time you said "I love you" and actually meant it?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was coming up. I think recently, over the years, maybe after 2016, I love you, and I'm like, oh, I actually love this person, and I actually like feel the love now, you know. And for you?
I think like 2017, around January. That's when I said I love you and I actually meant it. Other times was like mixed days. You know, mixed days I love you.
It's easy just to say I love you.
Yeah, it is so easy to just say I love you.
It's really easy.
But I think like 2017 January. That's when I said I love you and I meant it. Not the other times when I was just fooling around, you know. But how did you know that you love the person now? Like, what was the ultimate?
We know sometimes we're in relationships because someone looks good, someone, you know, for the stuff outside or whatever. So when you realize the little stuff they do, maybe, or it's damn, she's not the prettiest girl I've been with, but she's something like I like what the feeling I get from everything, from looking at her smile to what she does, the little stuff she does. You actually can see a lot of stuff about her. So yeah, you know what? This is some love. There's some bigger feeling going on than the normal feelings we always have, you know. So there's that difference that makes you feel good, you know. This is something
this
superior.
Is love that I'm feeling.
It's a big like. It's like a like. You know, like time this person. You know what? If I want it's over now.
Hey.
A bridge. I could like look at a bridge and like.
You'd consider jumping over?
Yeah,
like I just okay.
But yeah, that's how you know like the like is deeper than the normal like. For you?
Like it was just first like it's a very strong feeling. Like that's what I know for sure. It's a very strong feeling, and it's outside of just lust. It's no longer just lust, you know, when it's lust and you're just like, yo, I don't know, you like I really care about this person and you want the best for the person and you just want the person in your life. Then are you imagining futures together, all of that, you know, you're able to picture that person in your life. And like you said, you know, if there was if this person said let's break up and you saw a bridge, you'd be like, you'd consider.
You'd like think about it, you know what?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think another thing is that there's people like you said last, we confuse that a lot sometimes you confuse the gift you're getting with love. Maybe we confuse a lot of stuff with love. We thinking we love the person because the person's doing this or giving us this, but there's that feeling, I don't know how to describe it, that tingling sensation. You know what, we both broke in this bed, we got each other. I should I just have her and I'm fine, you know.
No money, as long as I got love.
I have to go out with her, then I get a satisfaction. No, that thing is mali, but I'm happy with her. And that's
just the two of us.
Yeah, you just like you get that satisfaction that this is the person, you know. Then you know. But yeah, that's another topic.
When and where did you go on your first date? Have you been on a date?
Plenty. I'm a date master. Dates.
Ah.
Minister of dates.
Minister of dates.
Shit, I have dates for days. But anyway, first date. Oh, she took me out. We were in university.
She took you out.
Yeah, she took me out to McDonald's.
Aww.
She took me to our broken university days. I don't know. She took me out to McDonald's and we got a habit of it. And I started like, oh, okay, yeah, this is it. And I was taking her out. We were taking each other out. And
so McDonald's was your first date?
yeah, she had money and so we went to McDonald's.
That's
she had the money and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a thing, you know. Then I realized, oh, this is a thing. Then we started really occasionally going on dates, and now I'm a serial datist. God, I take people out on dates.
That's your thing. I can just see it.
But I was posed. That's the sad thing. I was posed.
What do you mean I was posed? If post step?
Was it dating? You keep it. It's nice. Instagram dates.
Count me out.
Oh, all right.
Count me out.
We have peace knowing what she's happy. That's what we wanna know.
Okay. For me, when it was second year and where this was Cavendish Square, Colcaccio. Yeah, that was my first ever date. That's always saying. Well, you sound like you want to ask more questions. Don't ask more questions.
No,
thank you.
Okay.
Were you nervous during your first kiss? And how old were you? How old were you when you had your first kiss? And were you nervous doing it?
I really can't remember. I always hear people say first kisses.
My first kiss went a little like this.
I don't remember. My first kiss. I don't know with who.
Yes, my piece got cool, ne?
No, it's not even busy or cool.
What was happening?
You know I'm gonna tell you when you're young and you play these games, you have those kisses. Then you don't think of those other kisses with you as your first kiss. So I remember who.
How old were you?
In primary, I got kisses. Grade 6, 7. That's when I started dating. Grade 6, 7. But kiss is a satisfaction. Kiss is a sweet gesture, especially when you're young. It's so nice, so smooth. I wasn't scared.
It's a baby kiss or like a French kiss?
I think I knew I was a good kisser from a young age.
Yes, when a boy. Yes.
So I think it flowed smoothly. You just, the problem is you don't know how to initiate sometimes a kiss. Like shit, is that the moment you're hugging, then you end up hugging every day your girlfriend, and one day I don't know the cat suguti mwah, and like oh shit did you do that? Then you go on, but it was a peaceful kiss.
Okay.
Bueno.
I was in grade 9, I think going to grade 10, and this person said, "Do you want a sweet?" And I said, yes. And the person said, "You have to come get it from my mouth."
Slick move.
And that was in grade 9.
Slick one.
It was a slick move. I didn't expect it. It was.
I used to like the one when you think there's something in your eye, so close your eyes. It's like that one, yeah.
It's a stolen kiss. That's a stolen kiss. Do you believe in true love or love at first sight?
I believe in true love. In a sense, good thing. People genuinely love. I genuinely love my girlfriend, but I believe I could love someone and they could be my biggest love, but they've met their biggest love before and didn't work out. I don't believe sometimes we are both at the same time at the same place. Sometimes abanye kupeti with that there are people and you are there, but not that they're settling. You just didn't work out with the first one, then they learn to love another person, and it's not the best love they've had, but because we move, they have to give that love. They have to continue that love. So I believe in true love, and I do believe in love at first sight, because you love them at first sight, and then as you get to know them, you actually sometimes when you're a good judge of character. Let me talk about my ex. Loved her at first sight, and when I got to know her, I loved her more. I'm like, yo, shit, this was what I was signing up for, and this is everything I've been wanting, you know. So I believe in love at first sight. Right.
I don't think I believe in love at first sight. I think there's lust at first sight. And then you have that strong feeling of an interest of I want to get to know this person. And then over time, the love happens. So yeah. But I can be like, I can do that. Like, you know, when I first saw you, I said, you know, that's like, that's like, yeah, you know, that thing. You're like, oh, like you can feel your heart skip a beat. But then like, I'm not really sure it's love. I think sometimes it might be lust, or it just might be your heart confusing you. You just get excited, you know, that sort of thing. But I don't think it's true love. Do you think people are made for each other?
Or like I said before, people are made for each other. Cause people are made for each other. I believe people are made for each other. But what I said, Guti, I might love someone, then might have experienced love better with another person, because they broke up, they have to move on and all that. So I believe that also, and maybe they weren't even made for each other. Just the girl loved her the guy more, but the guy loves someone else more. But I believe people are made for each other. Some people say opposites attract. Some people say some people believe in star signs, like different star signs collaborating to make one compatible match. So I do believe people are made for each other. I've witnessed it with couples who flow effortlessly, and you see some people are even wrecked, boy too, and they perfectly good with that. You know, have you ever seen people but broken boy too, but they have peace with each other. They're just perfect together. So I've seen that, and I believe people are made for each other. Then I believe, but it's very tricky these days because a lot of stuff can make you think you're made for each other. But you know, people like, you like hiking. Oh, I also like. Do you like going out? We also like going out. Then you think, really,
that criteria. Because even like with star signs, how can you be sure that just because it says I'm a Pisces and my perfect match is a Cancer, that is actually true? You know?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So it's just like with me, in a way, I think that like that there are people who just gel well. But you know, there's just like a difference between being in love and loving and compatibility. Sometimes you guys are not compatible. We may love each other, but we might not be compatible. We just like I don't know. Some people like they don't have anything in common, but I still have like a strong desire for you, and I still love you. You know, I know that I love you. But we're not compatible. We don't think the same way. We don't agree on. Well, obviously, you're not gonna think the same way and agree on everything. But I'm just saying, like we're two worlds apart. So I do think there are people made for each other. But for me, it's like, what must I do to find that person, or how far must I go, and what is the criteria to finding that one true person that are made for each other? But also, like, there's also this thing of, you know, like people saying you have multiple soulmates. Do you think you have one soulmate or you have multiple soulmates?
I think I have multiple. I have a lot of soulmates, but I'm sticking to one.
You're sticking to one
at a time. One at a time, but I think compatibility and formulas. There's no formula to love, to getting a relationship right. What works for the other doesn't work for these two. I have couples who borrow money a lot, and that works for them. But for another couple, the toxic what money relationship, they don't like it. Umunye is not attracted to someone who likes borrowing money. Umunye baboleka imali boy too, but we say, dude, can you borrow us money? We need money for whatever, you know. So we're all different in our own ways. And Buga, have you ever seen a couple like the guy maybe is not talkative and the girl is so talkative? And like, how do
they go together?
They gelling. The guy is at peace. He loves. You know, so there's no formula. Some people, both of them, bavulisa girl, but boy too. You're like, oh, these two are crazy. You know, so there's no formula to love, and our soulmates are corner, and I believe we've met them maybe. know, 28 years of living. Oh, shit. 28. 28 years of living. And I don't think I've met my soulmate. Might be an ex or whatever. But I think I'm still gonna. It could be even a friend.
Yeah.
A friend. I'm like, yo, I've been overlooking our friendship and all that more, but that person might be my soulmate. So our view is our soulmates are hidden out there. Some people we know this person, if she just gives me a chance, I'll show her the world. Some people
I will give you the world and beyond.
Lorna, if she gives me a chance. But some people are even too broken to even appreciate that world when you give them, you know, because they've been hurt too much. So when they let you in and you try to do this, they still block and hold back and
yeah.
That's the so sad thing about love. We've been hurt so much, Nati, so that we are blinded sometimes. We think everyone's out to hurt us. It happens a lot of times. I've seen it a lot of times now, never. But yeah, I mean,
why do like I do believe in multiple soulmates. Having multiple soulmates, sometimes a soulmate doesn't come in the form of a lover. Sometimes a soulmate comes in the form of a friend in your life. I do believe that a soulmate can come in other forms in your life and in not just a romantic sense. So you might have, even like some people, they might try, and because they found a soulmate, they think that this person should be a lover, and then they try and like make it a relationship, but they might not be compatible, they might not work together, but they remain friends with the person, because the person can be like it's your person, the person, even though you guys are exes, but you guys connected on another level, like within the soul, and you guys weren't meant to be lovers, but yeah, you guys might just have meant to be friends, but they might be your soulmate. So I do think you can have multiple soulmates. I think it's society that just created that one person that they think you should love. I think monogamy is something humans created. But yeah.
Can I ask one question?
Question.
Can I add one question to your list? Do you think it's possible to learn to love someone? Like someone you maybe jump into a relationship, feel or then you learn to love as time goes. You know, some people like, I love you. Since I love you, I'll let you grow into loving me. So one thing someone can, because some
I think you can try to learn to love the person, but I feel that for me, honestly, I feel that love, it should just happen. It shouldn't be forced. It should just happen naturally. It should just be an instinct within you, like within your heart, that says, you know, cool.
Let's say like I get a one night stand and I'm impregnated. And now I'm like, for the sake of the baby, I don't love the mother, but for the sake, do you think I'd learn to love Vienna as I learn Vienna?
You won't, because there's always going to be something missing. Because like you said, if you're going to believe that there's people who are meant for each other, I don't think that in a way it can happen that you now have to learn to love someone. What if that person is not meant for you? What if you guys are, like I said, it's like love is not enough also just to last. Well, you can love the person because you love the mother of your child, you know, and that maybe comes with just like deeply caring for them, but that does not mean you guys should be romantically involved, you know, for the sake of a child. It might actually turn very toxic and become very bad for the child. Yeah, so that's the bad thing about it.
Okay.
Cool. Then why do you think we experience heartbreak when we break up with someone? Yo, Banyana Batla heard it, guys. Gosh. Heartbreak. And we can have a whole conversation on heartbreak.
Sleepless nights.
Crying.
Tossing and turning.
Yo, shit. Guys, I'm not there.
That's why we don't pee. Yo. Shit.
No, breakups are rough, guys. Skala sonke man. Skala Spani.
Yo. But is the question, how do you deal with breakup?
Yeah.
On to the next one.
On to the next one.
On to the next. Oh. This thing, I once broke up with someone, then I'm like, trying to get into another relationship, but we just broke up. And I'm like, dude, I'm feeling zealand. She's like, you know, we move. I'm trying to get over her by getting on to you. So, like, we should move.
Ooh,
you know?
you're so tough.
We should always move, guys. I think that's the best healer. Rebound, but I'm your rebound. Yes, you are my rebound. You're gonna make it work, rebound. So we go say
my gosh. I don't know if I agree with you. This is the reason why I'm saying I don't know if I agree with you is because I truly believe that it's on to the next one. Like, we move, guys. Like, impilo, guys, yaqhubeka, like phambili, you know. I had that experience until my most recent breakup, which had me needing to mourn all my other relationships before my most recent breakups. So I then had to mourn 3 other relationships plus the one which I just currently went out of. So for me,
because you weren't giving yourself time to mourn every time.
Yes. But I also, maybe it goes by the person, but for me it was that I realized that I now was mourning my exes from then because I didn't give myself time to mourn or like let go of them in the way that I needed to. Because I feel like when you break up with someone, it is definitely a loss, and you might go through grief and all of that. It's painful. And really I can only say this now because before, if you had found me like in a relationship or whatever, I wouldn't be able to say that because every time I was in a relationship I just like, who's next, what's next. So it's like having to be intentional about staying single and mourning the person, because I feel like grief catches up with you no matter how you can try to sort of deal with it. But yes, people deal with things different ways. Like, some people, you mourn for a person while you're in another relationship, you know. That sort of thing. You miss your ex while you're with your current, but you're just like, I need to let go of my ex, you know. That sort of thing. So you do it while you're there, lying in bed in the arms of another person. You're out here, you know.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah, it is very, very, very dangerous.
Now you like, this cuddle doesn't feel like that cuddle. Sometimes you're not over the other cuddle. So
comparison will steal your joy.
This one, but I need to, you haven't healed. So
yeah,
the problem with not healing as well is the comparison or whatever. So take your time, guys. Some we don't heal the same way. Some they wanna cry it out, let go fully, learn to delete the number. Deleting numbers is hard, guys. Of exes, deleting
and
numbers
blocking and deleting.
It's a skill.
Some people do it without. There's no numbers, there's no kills.
I get blocked, then I get unblocked. I'm like, oh, I knew it. Every time, like, oh, you're angry, okay, sharp, block. Well, then she comes back, unblock. I'm like, oh, okay, sharp. And that's how people learn to deal with it. So, it works for her.
Yeah.
But
healing takes different forms, hey?
Doesn't work for everyone.
Yeah.
It takes leave. Women can't even cope at work because of a breakup. Dude, so it's not. Mjolo's not for. It's not for
the faint-hearted.
Yeah. It's not for the weak.
It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. You must be strong there.
Like, I heard that should be looking for a vaccine in Mjolo. I say yes, because I'm
Mjolo for heartbreak.
Mjolo. People are in relationships. They're getting cheated on every day. And they know.
Baby, I hope
you're using a condom. You're like, hey, so you know what he's doing. Dude, like, Mjolo is just somehow, dude, people are fighting every day because of stuff. I'm like, you actually appreciate your stuff. Your relationship
more because you're seeing how bad it is out there. And they're still there.
Read the columns on the magazines, read these tweets and all that.
It's a story from you magazine. It's a story.
That's you, my husband does. I'm like, he's still your husband after this thing. Like, guys, Jolo is just something.
Okay. Yeah. Now, second last question. Like, what is self-love to you? Obviously, I was gonna pull this question because.
Self-love. Self-love, I think, is a term that a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people.
Do you think you understand it?
No, not fully.
Okay.
I think futhi self-love is a thing which sometimes you can't learn self-love while you're in a relationship sometimes. Because self-love is all about, it's not being stingy, but it's learning, not compromising on yourself before anyone else. I feel like it's a term that I can't describe, but I'm learning that self-love is important. I feel, a lot of people don't understand themselves fully. You know, they are in those relationships, but to allow this, you don't have any self-love. You haven't understood yourself enough to, and you get walked over and all that. Some people self-love are equal. They've never really done the introspection layer, and it's a broad term, and there's a lot of ways of loving yourself and understanding self-love. People say, know yourself, know your body, know your emotions, understand yourself. It's very hard. It's very hard. I'm in the journey of, I guess, self-love. I haven't understood it, but self-love is choosing yourself first, knowing having standards in a way that protect you rather than someone else maybe before. Because if whatever you do, don't fuck with my peace. That's self-love. My peace comes first. If when you are busy on your phone, or whatever, and I'm insecure and I'm stressing now because of you, I'd rather choose myself. Do that thing. I'm too weak for this. Whatever you're doing, you're not cheating, but I'm too weak for whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
That's self-love. It's choosing yourself over whatever is happening. Whatever. Yeah, choosing yourself. Let me wrap it up because it's a big topic, but yeah, that's self-love.
It is a big topic. So I do speak about self-love in this YouTube video, in my YouTube channel, sorry. Basically I feel like self-love there's a lot, like it's just like loving yourself, caring for yourself. Why am I struggling now? It's the wine getting to my head. It's the wine. It's like I'm finished. Yeah. Anyways, I think self-love is more than is so important for us. Like I do agree with some of the stuff that you said. Like protecting your peace and just having compassion with yourself and sort of involves a lot of introspection, usibheke wena phakathi ukuthi what's going on inside, and understanding yourself to a point where you know that you will not compromise your values. You'll not compromise who you are or what you stand for, in a way. So there's a lot to self-love, and I'm also still learning. I don't lie, I don't say I'm an expert in self-love, but it's just like it's kuzithanda, man, and it doesn't come easily. Like that is very true. There's many people in relationships and in situationships and they don't have any self-love, So this brings me to my next question of, do you think that you can be in a relationship or fall in love even though you do not have any love for yourself?
I see that a lot. As I say that, I think I've seen that a lot. I think the term self-love is like it's kind of a term that is new now. Bokokutu were not really on the self-love tip. They love themselves, yes, but people do love themselves, but in being in touch with inner or whatever, knowing your worth or some don't. So people do have succeed in relationships because they've been what's this concept? Be submissive. Sure, what? But that's when you when you're too submissive and all that, and you let loose of your morals now, or your love. You see someone walking all over you, but you continue staying in the relationship.
You let go of yourself.
That's when your self-love goes out the door. But the relationship is there. The relationship, the love, your corner is there. So self-love is overlooked, and you love someone else more than you love yourself in a lot of ways. A lot of people compromise their standards and all that, all in the name of keeping this relationship afloat. How many people have said, I'm never gonna date someone who does this, but then he does this, and you're like, but maybe it's just this thing, I can overlook that. I wanna then to make that person happy and you to cut your so I think that your question is, yeah, people could do that.
I think that, like, in terms of one falling in love while not being in love with themselves, but like falling in love with someone else, I don't lie. Right now, as I said in my previous video, I had said that I'm going on a self-love journey all over again. I'm always on this journey, but like, you need to sort of be intentional about it, and I was being intentional about it, and I realized that it's so much easier loving someone else on the outside than it is to love yourself. Loving yourself is so damn difficult. Seeing yourself in the way and paying attention to yourself and to your emotions and to you basically, and making it about you, it is so damn hard. Loving yourself is so damn hard, and I realize that I think that it's so easy for one to fall in love with someone else and then rather not fall in love with themselves. Even though I do believe that someone, while they are in a relationship, can learn to fall in love with themselves. They can learn more about themselves, well, depending on the type of partner that you have. I don't think that you need to be fully you need to just see yourself. If you're able to see yourself, and I'm saying, like, see yourself, I think that it's possible to fall in love with someone while you're not, like, fully in love with yourself. But as long as it allows, as long as at that point, the little that you have of dignity that you have, as long as you don't let go of that, as long as you don't let go of that little that you have, as long as that doesn't require you to sort of forget about yourself in the fullest sense, because some people
They forget.
and there's a lot of toxic relationships out there.
You get so caught up in,
and that's the thing, when you I think when there's self-love, you're able not to be that caught up. You're able to identify these things out there. You're able to see yourself still, and not just see yourself as us being together, but you also see yourself as a separate individual in a relationship. There's two of us in this relationship, and that's that sort of stuff.
And it's so interesting, like, people learn self-love after a very toxic relationship. That's when they actually, like, I was supposed to leave long ago. This was not if I told them all this
shit that's happening.
That relationship was toxic. I almost died. He was walking all over me. He was doing this. Then they learn to love themselves, and after that, you know what? Everything you attract people who are also like-minded, who Compatibility. I like a partner who promotes self-love, because it's very important to try introspection within the relationship. Baby, this sharp. Are you right in your thoughts? Are you happy? How you feel, all that. Well, not date a psychologist or something, but just someone who cares as well about your inner and all that. Not about going out only, but you guys on like terms. Are you fine? Fine.
Anyways, 2021. Why are we staying single for 2021?
Hey, Mama, I have hope. I believe in love.
Why are we staying single?
I cannot stay single. Then where's all this love going to?
Oh wow!
What if I forget how to love?
Okay, you forget how to love?
What if I forget?
You don't know how to love. Did you have a manual to love?
You never forget how to love, but I'm just saying it. I just want to perfect the skill now. I can't wait. I can't wait. If you don't lose it, if you don't use it, you lose it. So yeah, keep it moving, Baba. Keep loving yourself, then spread the love, guys.
Spread the love.
It's simple, but not to too much people. One person at a time.
I will.
One person at a time.
Who are you to say one person at a time? Anyways, please like, subscribe, and share this YouTube video to your friends, to your family, to your loved ones. And I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day filled with a lot of love, joy, peace, and happiness. Anyways, goodbye.